But there are certain things that we need to put in place in order to have these elements. So if we quickly go through each one of them, in order to have perfect circulation, we need to be having a whole food plant-based diet. Nothing else will do. And this week, we have in whole food, plant-based diet, and sometimes we've been eating living food. So people have been eating sprouts and microgreens. These are foods that are still growing, still got life in them. We also need proper clothing. And this week we've had a workshop about dressing for health. And normally, people talk about women and what they should be wearing all the time, but men had a special section as well. There was a section that was devoted for men. We also know that we need to be drinking water. I talked about sunshine and the importance of vitamin D, and we take the sunlight for granted, but if we do not get sufficient vitamin D from the sun, we're going to get sick. And we also need exercise. And this morning at the conference, we've had exercise in the morning outside and breathing the fresh air as well, the fresh Welsh air. In order to have true temperance, we needed to be avoiding everything that is harmful and using wisely those things which are helpful. And so we should be having a clean environment. We should be having daily, weekly, and this is our weekly rest, and also we should be having annual rest. And for some of you who've come here this week, this is your annual rest. We've come apart and we're rest around. And then the final element is the love, joy, and hope. And what we need there is faith in God. We need a spirit of praise and gratitude. We need social and family relationships. We need to be serving. So this week, a lot of people have been ministering to you and serving, but we must remember that the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. So we need to be serving as well. And we need to be praying. We say much prayer, much power, and song. Song is a weapon we can always use against discouragement. But some of you are saying, I can hear you saying, cogitating, but where is this in the Bible? And I like to, it's written throughout the Bible, the perfect health approach. But I like to refer to Jesus. Jesus is our great example. And in Luke 2:52, it says that Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and favor with God and man. And wisdom is the temperance part